The winner to organize the 2022 FIFA World Cup is Qatar. Take it in your hand.
Last September, The Guardian exposed serious labour rights abuses here in Qatar, including the deaths of hundreds of migrant workers. The government have said they're going to do something about it. So now, with the stadium for the 2022 World Cup starting to rise out of the ground, we've returned to Doha to find out if anything has changed. The place to start is with the World Cup preparations. Here at the Aspire Academy, a state-of-the-art sports centre, Qatar's young football stars are being coached to compete against the world's best in 2022 on a full-sized, air-conditioned pitch.
When the blazer showed Qatar name, everyone is only wanting to celebrate. Qatar won.
Everything I do, I eat, I sleep, everything is for football because it's like my life.
The other controversy that has been about the building of the World Cup and the use of migrant labour. Do you have any thoughts on that, or you don't want to talk about it? No, but he might want to talk about it.
We're talking about the academy.
Okay. They are right to be sensitive. This is the Al Bida Tower, the HQ of Qatar's football authorities. On the 38th and 39th floors are offices occupied by the 2022 World Cup Organising Committee. But some of the men who built these offices have become victims of serious labour exploitation. They went unpaid for over a year. They were abandoned by their employer and left to live in squalor. Qatar's labour system stopped them quitting their jobs or leaving the country without their employer's permission. The Qatari authorities were told about their plight months ago, but we tracked some of them down who are still trapped in Doha. While the World Cup Organising Committee enjoys the lavish offices they built, these workers are still waiting to be paid.
कम भन्यो अब दुःख लाग्ने कुरै भने आफूले गरेको एउटा परिश्रम नपाउँदाखेरि र कसैले नपाउँदाखेरि र एउटा त्यो आफूले गरेको परिश्रमको लागि अन्त दौडधुप गर्नको लागि.
Project paperwork shows the offices were commissioned by a Qatar government organisation under the auspices of the current emir. He is also the president of the World Cup Organising Committee. The budget was £2.5 million, but the contractor, Lee Trading and Contracting, stopped paying wages in 2012.
घर जान त अब पैसा छैन त्यसकारण नभएको नि पैसा भए त को बस्यो यहाँ एक सालको स्यालेरी मिलेको छैन अब कसरी घर जाने टिकट काट्ने पैसा पनि छैन अब टिकट मात्र लिएर जानु पनि भएन रे त्यहाँ 4 साल भइसक्यो घरबाट आएको टिकट मात्र लिएर जानु.
There's a huge contrast between that place and the Al Bida Tower where the problems began for those men. Huge luxury at the Al Bida Tower and real difficulty where they're living now, and they just don't understand why the Qatari government can't help them get out of that situation, and the Qatari courts can't either. And it's a good question because I can't quite understand either. The World Cup tower workers are not an isolated case. Low pay and even no pay is commonplace in Qatar's construction industry. Just a few miles from Doha's luxury hotels, we found over 60 workers employed by Ibex Technical Trading and Contracting, marooned in a desert camp. Some of them said they have not been paid for 5 months.
प्रब्लम त यहाँ धेरै छ सर है अब तपाईको पानीकै विषयमा हेरौँ अब नुहाउने यताउता युज गर्ने पानी नै हाम्रो नुनिलो पुरै नुन भएकै पानी छ है खाने पानी पनि अब त्यति राम्रो पानी दिइराखेको छैन अलिकति विश्वास पनि नगर्ने ठाउँ भइसक्यो अब 4-4 महिना 5-5 महिनासम्म त सेलरी एउटा त कस्तो नदेला भन्ने उनीहरूको भनाइ आइराखेको हुन्छ यहाँ बच्चाले त बाबा घर कहिले आउने त्यही त हो अरु के बोल्न जान्छ र है
The guys here, there's 65 of them from India, Sri Lanka, Nepal. They're getting into big debt and they're living in really, really appalling conditions. No showers, salty water, and it's making them sick, and it's really shocking to see. It really is.
फोन आयो भनेदेखि यसरी कम्पनी सेलरी रोकिरहेछ अब यसरी टाइम दिइरहेछ टाइम दिँदा दिँदै त्यस्तो कम्पनीमा किन गएको के कस्तो तरिकाले त्यो कम्पनीमा गएको यदि दिनसम्म कम्पनी सेलरी नदिने कम्पनी कस्तो हुन्छ हामी यहाँ मर्यो भने मरे हो नि तपाईहरु कसको लागि गएको भन्ने किसिमको प्रतिक्रिया आछ
Ujwal Bishwakarma's wife Kamla and their son Ashish live in a rented room on the outskirts of Nepal's capital, Kathmandu.
घरमा फोन गर्दाखेरि म पैसा पठाएको छैन छोराले अब यत्रो ऋण गरेर मैले पठाएको एक पैसा घरमा पठाएको छैन भनेर देवरहरु पनि त्यसै भन्नुहुन्छ ससुरा पनि त्यसै भन्नुहुन्छ अरु कुरा थाहा छैन घर जग्गा जान लाग्यो अब अंश संश पछि पाउने नपाउने अब छोरालाई कुरा गर्ने भनेर घरबाट कराउनुहुन्छ मलाई अब मैले भन्न सक्ने के हो र म यस्तो बेहालमा बसिरा छु
Many of the migrant workers' problems begin in their own countries, with recruitment agents who charge huge fees in exchange for false promises about jobs and salaries in Qatar. The recruitment agent which sent many of the men to Ibex Trading is Capital International Manpower. We sent 2 men to visit the agency with a hidden camera, posing as prospective migrants. Although the Ibex workers had not been paid for months, staff assured them that they would face no problems with their salaries in Qatar.
बिल्डिङ कन्स्ट्रक्सनमा भनेको कामले स्यालेरी पाउँछ अरु भित्र इन्डोर काम भन्ने फरक पर्न सक्छ हैन कन्स्ट्रक्सनमा भनेको त्यस्तो हो अथवा उहाँ भनेको पालन नपाएर कोही पनि फर्केको छैन हैन अब आफ्नो कारणले कोही त काम गर्न नसक्ने या मेडिकल गरे पनि उहाँ गएर गर्दा पनि अनफिटनेस हुने त्यो भनेको हुन्छ अब काम भनेको तलब नपाएर चाहिँ अझै त्यसरी रिटर्न आएको छैन हजुर
Many migrants fall victim to the so-called double contract. This happened to Shambhu Shrestha, another Ibex employee sent to Qatar by Capital International Manpower.
Contract को बारेमा वहाँबाट 2500 भनेर पठाएको यहाँ आएर 900 दिइरहेको छ र वहाँबाट फोरमेन भनेर पठाएको यहाँ लेबरमा काम गरिराखेको छ पछि त भइराखेको छ यति कमाई नेपालमा कमाउन सकिन्थ्यो यहाँ आएर केही अलि बढ्ता कमाउने हिसाबले आएको तर अहिलेसम्म सेलरी पाइया छैन कमाउन सकेको छैन अब यो देशमा नआउने अब
Others suffer a far worse fate. According to Qatar's own figures, 882 migrants from India and Nepal died in 2012 and 2013. But most of these deaths were classified as sudden death, cause unknown, sometimes known as sudden death syndrome. One recent victim was Rishi Kandel, who died in May 2014.
वहाँ ड्युटीबाट आउनुभयो ड्युटीबाट आएपछि खाना खाएर सुत्नुभयो सुतेपछि बिहान हाम्रो टाइम हुन्छ 4:45 मा ड्युटी जाने त्यति बेला रामले ऋषि दाईलाई बुझायो दाई ड्युटी जाने बेला भयो तर दाई बुझेन झसाङ्गे भयो डरायो कसरी भयो यसरी
The room where Kandel used to sleep is now used as a store. No one dares sleep there anymore.
मान्छे मरेपछि डराउँछ अब फेरि अर्को मर्छ कि भनेर डराएको अरू के मनमा चिसो पसेको
19 days after Rishi Kandel died in Qatar, his body was flown home to Kathmandu, where it was received by his wife, Saraswati.
हुन त किन नहुन्छ अब एउटा केही गरमला भनेर अब त्यस्तो त्यति सपना बोकेर गएको मान्छे एकैचोटि त्यस्तो भयो भनेको सुन्दाखेरि त जसलाई पनि नि हुन्छ त्यस्तो होला भने सोचेर त पठाएको त कसैले पनि हुँदैन अब आफू पनि अब एक्लो छु हैन यता आफू पनि बाँच्ने हुनै पर्यो त्यस्तो देख्न पर्दाखेरि र त्यो सुन्न पर्दाखेरि जुन आफूमाथि बित्यो त्यो कुनै पनि श्रीमतीमाथि अथवा कुनै पनि दिदीबहिनी आमामाथि नबितोस् नै भन्न चाहन्छु मैले म मात्रै नभएर अरू पनि कति छन् त्यस्तो हैन सबैको नै त्यो गरिदियोस् नै भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ
People from the poorest countries of the world are still being bitterly exploited here in Qatar's building boom. But now, as the construction of the stadia starts for the 2022 World Cup, the question is whether the people's game, football, that so many people love, can make a difference. Here at the Al Wakra Stadium, Qatar's first World Cup venue, construction is underway. The World Cup offers Qatar a unique opportunity to reform its labour system. There are signs the authorities are starting to recognise the scale of the problems their workers face. But will they grasp this chance? Will they turn words into action? Or will Qatar continue to allow its migrant workers to be treated as just another disposable commodity?
But while arguments rage over the risks footballers will face playing in Qatar's extreme heat, migrant workers from Nepal are dying on the job in record numbers.